Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Alright, so let's continue working on this Halloween tag. What shall I call this thing? Halloween tag journal? I don't know. It's got the shape of tags, but they're not really tags. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Anyway, I'm trying out using my new microphone for the first time, so hopefully the sound will be a little bit better. And I believe this is, yes, where we left off the last time. So, all right. Let's see. What shall we do on this page? I feel like we need some kind of pocket of some sort. We've got some Tim Holtz people here. All right, so no, I don't think for this page that's not quite right. No. Okay, so I'll be honest, I have not been in my craft room in almost 2 weeks. It's been very busy in my life the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I just haven't been able to get down here, unfortunately. So I apologize for that. And at this point, I feel like I'm kind of missing out on the Halloween season for getting things decorated and whatnot. So I'm trying to decide how many more Halloween journals to do. I know I have at least the one that's basically done and just basically needs a cover added to it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do that, but then probably gonna move straight into Christmas after that. So yeah. Okay, so we could do a simple pocket like that, which actually, I don't mind that. Although, I'm kind of like, there's a lot going on over here. Do I really want to add another pocket? I don't know. I don't know. We've got more of these I could do. Something on. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and add some writing paper to the back of that, like this. And then we can turn this into a pocket. Oliver, what's the matter, buddy? So yeah, it's been a very busy few weeks. Last weekend, usually I have time to do journaling and things on the weekends. Last weekend I did not have the time for that, unfortunately, and had to do other things instead. So yeah, and then last week at work was just a lot, as usual. Right now we are in the heart of our busiest season for the year, and just pretty stressful, and don't really feel like coming home and continuing to, I don't know, how do I put it? Oh, I like that idea. Should we do that? I like that idea. Although I do want to obviously ink around the edges and sew around the edge. So Do I like this on this page though? I guess it doesn't matter. No, I definitely liked it better the other way. Okay, but I'm not loving that, so I'm thinking not loving that either. What do I want? Let's see, we've got some of these. No. No, those aren't quite right for this page. Okay, let's see what I can find in here. Alright, so I'm gonna continue this video with voiceover. It was about this point where I just started to kind of get quiet, you know how I sometimes do. And then at a certain point I was like, what I'm saying is not very helpful or interesting anymore. And so at this point I'm like, let's just go with the voiceover. So all right, so yeah, I'm just looking through some of this Tim Holtz ephemera to see kind of maybe what I like to go on this page. This page was kind of a bit of a struggle for me because there's just kind of a lot going on the left side, and maybe I really didn't even need to bother adding anything on the right hand side. But I don't know, I guess I got it into my head that I should have something over there. Yeah, I found that label, the black and kind of ivory label, and then the little red label with beigey background, and then a little crow. And so I just decided to go ahead and try and make some kind of a collaged pocket to put some ephemera into. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a collage here. And then going back to these again, just because I felt like it just needed something more, and I wasn't quite sure what, but decided to go ahead and just finish what my first thought, right? Finish the first thing that you were gonna do before you know, squirrel and then go do something else. And then yep, I forgot I had added that little piece of fabric. I had a couple little pieces of fabric left over from making the tabs for the binding. So thought that would be a good kind of a background for the little crow, because he didn't have the greatest level of detail. So if you didn't look very close, you probably would think it's just some kind of black blob. So anyway, so then just, yeah, added a few, forgot I did that. So there's a little picture of it. All right, so then at this point, I believe I'm going to get my sewing machine out pretty soon, but first I wanted to ink around all the edges of that, and then I'll go ahead and sew those two things. I'll be right back. Okay, so go ahead and show you quickly what I did. Just added a little zigzag stitch there, and then I just did a straight stitch twice around that card, and so that's how that turned out. So I'm actually pretty pleased with both of them. So then at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and turn that into a pocket, and I'm forgetting now what I ended up putting in there, but okay. So yeah, I went through some of this more creepy ephemera that I had printed off from Pixabay back, oh gosh, a few years back. I've had those for a while, and some of them were tea-dyed, and then some of them I had done that where I watered down the black acrylic paint lot and then dyed the paper with that. So we've got kind of a journal session, a poison label, and then this here is a like coroner's tag. So not morbid at all. But I thought those looked pretty good in that little pocket there. And then of course you got to add a few of these little baubles. So go ahead and add some of those to the 2 pages, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so I looked at that page full of pockets and decided I didn't want to deal with that one right just yet. So I moved on to the next spread. And here I'm deciding that I kind of want to put that that flappy journaling spot onto the floral side. And for a few minutes, I thought I wanted to reinforce the back side of that because I wasn't sure how sturdy that paper would be, but then in the end I realized, well, it'll be glued down to that really sturdy paper, and I'm not going to put anything super thick in there, so it'll be fine. So I just decided to go ahead and make another little journaling card, and added some little bits and pieces to it, just to kind of make it a little more interesting as like the place where you pull it out from. And we'll tuck that into the little pocket that we just made. Okay, so moving on to that. At first I thought I was going to just leave it blank and have it be another place to add your own photo to it, but then I thought, no, we need to collage that. So here I am just kind of looking for some things to add, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and build a collage of some just random bits and pieces that I had. Here I'm realizing, oh, I wish I would have realized I wanted to do that before I glued this down, because I normally would sew that directly on, but instead I just chose to glue it down, and gluing down that little sentiment, I forget what it says and I can't see it at the moment, but I'll show you how it all turns out in the end. What am I doing here? Oh, I decided to put some of that insect washi on the other page. So, yep, gonna go ahead and sew something. I forgot what I even did, but from Regions Beyond. Oh, I just very carefully sewed that. So, yeah, at this point now, I'm just kind of thinking about what else do I want to do? Do I want to keep decorating or not? So I went to the Tim Holtz dolls and found these 2 little girls, and for whatever reason I just felt like they were the perfect thing, even though I always have to go back and second guess myself. But in the end, I went ahead and kept with those 2 little girls. So I'm just going to prep them real quick. I don't know why I do this. You really can't see any difference. But I don't know. Maybe I guess it makes me feel better. Here I was thinking, okay, that's all I'm going to do. But then I was like, no, it needs a little bit more. What should I add? Thought about adding the 31, but that didn't look quite right. It was a bit too big. And so just kind of thought, okay, what else could I find? Found that one, which I liked better. So that one's just October 31st. And then I thought, ooh, we need a bug. Or a bat wing. A bat, maybe. In the end, I decided to go with the bug and go ahead and place that down and finish that little collage out. Okay, so maybe remembering this differently. To be honest, I don't remember if I put that October 31st down on this page or not. I feel like maybe I decided that the bug was enough and I didn't need to add more. So yeah, that's what it ended up being. Okay, so moving on to the next page. I thought that that belly band or the pocket. I mean, I got two great places to work with there. Probably could use one of those x-rays, and so I decided to tuck it into that pocket. And this spread kind of turned into I don't know, crazy doctor kind of an idea. And so I found that Tim Holtz guy, and so I decided to use a few of those other, poison label pieces of ephemera, and that with the x-ray kind of took on its own little story. So here I'm just kind of playing around with the different pieces of ephemera to figure out what I really wanted and where it should be. I liked that he was kind of leaning to the right, and I had that piece of fabric there, which looked like he was leaning on the fabric, which was kind of handy. So I decided to keep him there. He's floating really, but that's okay. He's got his foot on solid ground, right? So, so anyway, here I'm just kind of building the collage as I go, which isn't usually what I do, but in this case, I guess I felt like I was confident enough to make it work. And so that's what I ended up doing. Here I thought maybe we could use this number 10 somewhere, and that was the spot that it would fit in, so decided to go ahead and put it up there. And yeah, so I'm just kind of building the page as I go. Honestly, I didn't really have a plan. I'm just kind of looking at what I've got around me and just deciding from there. So here I remembered I have some gray colored washi tape, and it's just plain color. And so I kind of wanted to turn that number 10 into another journaling space, and just used a bit of that washi to tack it down with, and I like how that turned out there. So now I'm trying to think, okay, what should I do for this belly band? I do want to use those people somewhere in this journal, but they didn't end up working on that page, so I'll use them somewhere else. But had these transparencies, and I thought, well, maybe I could just stick one of those in there, but that wasn't good enough either. So I felt like I wanted more journaling space, really. And those transparencies are cool, but they're not really great you can't journal on them necessarily. So here I'm just looking for some tea-dyed papers to tuck into this belly band and make some more journaling space. So I'll go ahead and pretty much just add a tab to this to make it a little bit more interesting, and that'll finish out this page. so at this point I decided maybe it's time to go back and revisit those pockets. And really, I just wanted to kind of tuck in a bunch of bits of ephemera that could be used throughout the journal, or if they wanted, whoever ends up with this book, if they want to keep it as decoration for this page, that'd be great too. I think it'd be really cool to incorporate some of your own photos among some of the other photos in the pockets. But yeah, so then I wanted to use one of those cards, tarot cards, and I don't love all of the backs of them. I mean, some of them are just kind of, well, I don't get into tarot. I don't know anything about it, so I probably shouldn't even talk because I'm probably assuming things that aren't right. That's never a good look. So anyway, but I found one that I thought was, I guess, kind of tame looking. And really, I just wanted it for the back of the card because I just love how those look. They're really great backgrounds. But here, yeah, I just found some other kind of like Undertaker advertisements, some more poison labels, and that one there's like a Transylvanian flag kind of advertisement. So just kind of tucking those in, and then wanted to find some more Tim Holtz people to kind of tuck in as well, and found a little girl and a little boy, and I thought they looked kind of creepy and cool. So that page is done. Now we can move on to the next page. Or wait, what am I doing? Oh, I forgot. I added some fabric to the side of this page as like a tab. So just putting that down. I forget if I came back and sewed on it. I'm sure I probably did. But on this next page, thought I wanted to do another little pocket down at the bottom. And I already had pulled this, I don't know if it's a bingo card or some kind of card out of the Tim Holtz ephemera. And we're going to do another little collage here using this creepy green butterfly. Lime green, it's not creepy. Halloween butterfly. So yeah, just going to kind of build another collage here. So at the bottom of that card, I chose one of those Tim Holtz metal label things, and I'm sorry, I forgot what it says, but I'll hopefully show us when it's all said and done. But I wanted to add some twine to kind of, you know, make it look like that's how it's being held onto the page, even though I just used Fabri-Tac to glue it down. But, you know, make it look a little bit better with some twine. So here I'm just struggling to get that twine through those little holes, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Time for some more little bead things, pearls. And then I'm going to obviously need to put something into that little pocket that I just added. So I'll go ahead and create a journaling card as well. Okay, and moving on to the next page here, I'm trying to find a place for those people again, but they're just a little bit too wide for these pages. But I'll figure out a way to use them. So here, I thought that red thing was a belly band, but it's actually not. And then there's a kind of a hidden pocket on the bottom that I so cleverly disguised. So here I'm just kind of decorating that pocket with the number 31. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a journaling card out of that. It's in loving memory ephemera. So I'll just add some tea-dyed paper to the back of that and then sew around it like I've done with some of the other ephemera in this journal. And then I forget what I put in the top, but go ahead and glue that down. And then I actually decided to cut off the extra paper this time. So yeah, I'll go ahead and ink this up, and then I'll sew around the edges of it, and then we'll work on the pocket. so I went ahead and just found one of those stickers. It's an x-ray of a skull, and then found another piece of that scrap tea-dyed paper and added a toxic label to it, and then just distressing it to make it look aged. And we'll just go ahead and throw that in there, and kind of continuing the poison slash dying theme. I don't know, I guess this kind of turned into one of those. But okay, so on this next page, I felt like that right hand side was just a lot, and I thought it just needed something added to it. And so I wondered about those x-rays, and I really like how this turned out, but just needed to kind of trim off some of the extra that wasn't necessary, and ended up stapling that in and turning that into a pocket. But then I didn't want to put anything into it because I like how it looks just like that. So that's actually how it is going to be, and you could put something in there if you wanted to, but I think it's pretty cool just the way it is. So at this point, I'm just kind of thinking, oh, should I add another tab on the side of the journal? I had that little charm there, but in the end I decided I'd done enough for today, and I think that's going to be it for today. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I continue to work in this journal, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.